Hello, my Hot Mess Express passengers. Buckle up, baby, because we are headed straight to Dramaville with a pit stop at Petty Junction. Courtesy of our friends over at Love Island USA, Season 7, Episode 26. Wow, the villa was hotter than a waffle iron this episode, and not because of the weather. No, this was Mailbox Challenge madness, and it brought out every shade of messy, mean, and emotional breakdown we could have possibly dreamed of, and some we didn't even ask for. Y'all, let's call this Mailbox madness, and this ain't your grandma's letters. Let's talk about this little thing called the Mailbox Challenge. You know, that cute little activity where islanders can send anonymous messages to each other. Every cast member's opportunity to unleash their inner Regina George with zero accountability. And baby, they did not hold back. People were out here acting like they were writing diss tracks on Post-it notes. It started a little shady and playful, but then the vibes turned sour real quick. You ever seen a group of tanned hotties with nothing but protein shakes, unresolved feelings, and vibes of suspicion combust in real time? Well, now you have Amaya and Zach, the connection that never quite plugged in. Let's get into Amaya and Zach. Amaya, bless her heart, came into this thinking Zach might actually be the pot to her kettle. Instead, he turned out to be the dull butter knife in the drawer. Zero effort, just vibes. She came out of Casa Amor feeling all fuzzy and hopeful, and this man met her with the emotional availability of a soggy paper towel. When she tried to talk to him like a grown woman should, this man hit her with the classic Love Island male handbook answer, "I just want to explore my options." Sir, what options? You had one job, appreciate Amaya's sweet, unique self. Instead, you treated her like an afterthought on your grocery list. She told him straight up, "You're not here for the right intentions." And honestly, she ain't wrong. Meanwhile, the other girls, especially Olandria, are right there with her in the land of emotional messiness. These girls are trying to build with Play-Doh while the guy's standing on business. Let's talk petty mail, the anonymous roast fest. Now back to the mailbox. Y'all, the anonymous notes were ruthless. This was not, "I have a crush on you" energy, no. This was, "let me air out every grudge I've ever had while sipping my iced coffee" energy. Let's break down some of the juiciest clapbacks. Pepe Garcia asked Shelly, Sierra, and Olandria why they voted out Hannah. Wow, not the girls having to defend their vote like it's a congressional hearing. And suddenly alliances got foggy. But this is Love Island, why break up a couple? Amaya Papaya again gets a note about coming on too strong. The way that broke her down, uncalled for. The girl is finally opening up, and the guys act like her affection is too intense. She is Scorpio, which is part of her personality trait, emotional intensity. She tried to defend herself, and guess what? The men doubled down. Except Brian, who, let's be real, is one of the only ones acting like he passed Emotional Intelligence 101. Meanwhile, Chris and Huda were dragged into the fire too, when Olandria aired their kiss, which was nobody's business, making Chelly still look like a hypocrite. But the messiest of them all, Taylor, Lord have mercy. Olandria is truly trying to make sense of Taylor and where she stands with him. But this man is ping-ponging between options like he's browsing the dinner menu, and with the mailbox challenge forcing him to confront how he feels. Let's just say he seems ready to make a decision, and I've got a strong feeling Olandria's didn't like it, especially because every time Taylor opens his mouth saying, "I don't know what I want, but I know it's not you right now." After Olandria spewed a crash out like Huda did in episode 12, girl, run, go get your suitcase, because based on the temperature of social media, you went from number 1 to rock bottom in 24 hours. Take your dignity and your cute outfits and try to save yourself. After showing her anger, Taylor immediately chose Clark, end of story. We can't forget about Ace and how he tried to eat up Austin when Austin confronted him about being the leader of the crew and the Jeremiah vote off. Ace clapped back with asking Andrina, was Jeremiah coming on too strong? She agreed with him, but I don't think it was as love bombing as Ace called it. He need to look up the definition and stop trying to be an armchair therapist. But even listening to Jeremiah and his interviews, after leaving the island, he is still interested in Andrina, as he said that he will definitely slide into her message box, waiting for her to leave the island. I think it's true interest there, and that Ace should mind his own business. Or maybe he was a hater and wanted Andrina for himself. But he tried to call out Austin. Austin really couldn't clap back, but Ace left it right there on the floor. Let the war begin between Shelly and Huda. When it was Huda's turn and Shelly's turn, they both threw shade at each other over the Ace situation. Huda does not want Ace. She's interested in Chris. However, Shelly is interested in both Ace and Chris, which she tried to hold accountable Huda for the challenge of kissing Ace too long. But then when Shelly is held accountable for her trying to split her attention with Ace and Chris, she tries to be hypocritical. Huda took her accountability, which made Shelly look bad. As for Chris clapped back at everybody that tried to come his way. Chiara questioned him, but she immediately retracted because Chris gave the energy as he don't give a fuck. He could be overseas playing ball. But his interest is done with Shelly, and his interest fully lies with Huda now, period. Huda gained brownie points this week. Both Olandria and Shelly tried to call Toxic Girl Code, but yeah, they need to stop. Villa vibes, the toxic sisterhood on the rocks, and emotions on fire. Now listen, all season long the women have been preaching sisterhood and solidarity. But when those little mailbox letters dropped, honey, that sisterhood cracked like a cheap nail press-on. Jealousy, resentment, and passive-aggressive jabs were flying faster than bikini reveals. Was it sisterhood when Olandria kissed Nick, or when the trio kicked off Hannah, who was in a couple? Or when Huda and Chris's kiss was aired? To save face with a girl supposedly in a couple with her day one? I'd like some answers, please. Let me just say, this episode proved one thing: these girls have been holding in some feelings and the dam just broke. It's giving, I love you to your face, but secretly I think you fake. And that tension, it's about to combust. What's next? Villa vote looming large. With friendships fractured, romantic bonds weakening by the second, and people's feelings lying in the pool water like old sunscreen. This next Villa vote is about to be brutal. Alliances are shifting like sand under stilettos, and it's only a matter of time before somebody gets played again. So stay tuned, because if this was the pregame, I can't wait to see what the real drama looks like when it's time to send folks home. My final thoughts this episode gave us: mailbox messiness, emotional damage in real time, Amaya's heartbreak, Taylor moving now that Olandria show her other Gemini side, and the girls showing their claws beneath that toxic sisterhood. Whew. Grab your popcorn, your petty hat, and maybe a stress ball, because Love Island USA is just getting messier by the minute, and I am here for you. Don't forget to like, comment below with whose side you're on, and subscribe for more sass, shade, and sun-soaked scandals. Until next time, I'm Mariah, your resident drama commentator, and this has been your reality check. See you next time. Bye for now.